we'll do it and it's going to be easy. So we have seen about tangents of hyperbola, and what's left over here is rectangular hyperbola. And apart from that, I'll teach you a bit more concept related to that. Okay. First, let's see about some tangent, some conditions related to the tangent. I'll take a hyperbola, general hyperbola. This is your transverse axis, conjugate axis, which is an imaginary axis. This is your transverse axis. This is your conjugate axis. I'll take a general hyperbola. Let's say hyperbola is something like x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. Let's say this is your general hyperbola. Okay, listen carefully, and this is a doubt for many students. Chalo. So we have two asymptotes here. One asymptote is this, and I told you asymptote is a tangent to the curve at infinity will be called as asymptote. That is the basic definition of the asymptote. So this is the asymptote, but asymptote cannot be treated as a real tangent. Asymptote cannot be treated as a real tangent because there will be no real point of intersection between the asymptote and curve. But in some books, wherever, if you follow a few books, they keep on writing asymptote is a tangent to the hyperbola, which is absolutely rubbish. Asymptote cannot be treated as a real tangent to the hyperbola because it's hypothetical. It's imaginary tangent because we are saying it is intersecting or it is meeting the curve at infinity. Infinity cannot be included into real number system, so this cannot be treated as a real tangent. So I'm taking asymptotes here. Now you see, I'll take this tangent at vertex to this one. This is tangent at vertex. I'll take one more thing. This is tangent at vertex. This is tangent at vertex. So I'm taking two tangents at the vertices of this hyperbola. I'm taking two tangents at the vertices of the hyperbola. Okay. Now I told you already, I've given an explanation regarding something like this. Any line which is parallel to the asymptote, it meets the hyperbola only once. Okay. Now let's see. Any line which is parallel to the asymptote, it meets the hyperbola only once. It can meet the hyperbola. For example, if I draw some line like this, let's say there is a hyperbola. These are the asymptotes. Now, if any line which is parallel to asymptote, I'll take a line which is parallel to the asymptote, it meets the hyperbola at only one point. There will be maximum 1 point of intersection regarding that line and a curve. Okay. Now, what we do here is something like this. So I'll divide these whatever the two-dimensional space into 4 regions. Mainly, I'll divide into 4 regions. Okay. Now, for existing two different tangents, I told you two different tangents to two branches of the hyperbola. We have got some condition that is mod m must be less than b by a, which we have got the condition like that. Mod m must be greater than b by a. That is the condition which we got. Okay. Now I'm dividing this into few regions. Listen. This region. This region and identical region on the bottom. This is one region and identical region. I'm taking the identical region in the bottom. Let's say if this is region 1, this is region 1. You'll not get anywhere. Listen carefully. This is region 1 and this is region 1 again. Okay. Next. Let's say this is something like this triangle. This triangle, you see this triangle? I'm shading it. This I'll mark it as region 2. And identical to this side, I'll take it as region 2. This is region 2. This is region 2. Similarly, this is region 2. E side identical gundi region 2 and తీసుకుంటున్నాను. Now you see this part. And identical to this one, this part, this side. So the shaded region, this is region 3, region 3, region 3, region 3. All those shaded region, I'll mark it as region 3. The shaded region will be region 3. Same. The shaded region will be region 3. Okay. Now this part, you see, this is region 4. This is region 4, region 4, region 4. I'm dividing this entire plane into outside points. At a hyperbola, bite on the points ni, a point which is exterior to the hyperbola, I'm dividing that region into 4 regions. At 4 regions ka classify chestunnan. Classifying that into 4 parts, something like this. This is this one, and identical to this one, this is region 1. This triangle and this triangle is region 2. The small shaded part is region 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 parts constitutes of region 4, which are identical, which are symmetrical. Okay. Now let's try understanding. If point is present in different regions, how will be the nature of the tangents? And the tangents ela giyochu. If points are present somewhere, point is present here. If point is present here, if point is present here, if point is present here, or if point is present here, what happens? Let's see. Let's analyze separately. Listen carefully. It's a very easy concept and important concept. Just you'll get nowhere. Let's say if point E is in region 1. If point is in region 1, let's analyze this case. If point is in region 1. If point is in region 1, what happens? Observe. This is region 1, this is region 1. Okay, let's say the point is present here. This is your transverse axis. If point is present here, you see, if I draw 2 tangents to the hyperbola from this point, so you can draw this way, this way. You can draw 2 tangents to hyperbola like this from this point, or else one more way is something like this. If I take point here, again I can draw 2 tangents to the hyperbola, something like this. So if the point is in region 1, this is again region 1, region 1. If the point is in region 1, I can draw 2 tangents to the hyperbola which intersects both the branches of the curve, or I can draw tangents to both the branches of the curve, and the point of contact lies on the same side of transverse axis. And the point of contact lies on the same side of transverse axis, right? If all right, comment will be if point is in region 1, if point is in region 1, then two tangents can be drawn, to different branches of hyperbola, whose points of contact lie on the same side of transverse axis. This is a conclusion. If a point is in region 1, then 2 tangents can be drawn to different branches of the hyperbola whose points of contact lie on the same side of transverse axis. ఇలా ఉంటే మీరు చెక్ చేసుకోండి. If the line is parallel to asymptote, it will intersect at only one point. So asymptote ki parallel ga kaakunda normally inko line construct చేసినప్పుడు it may intersect at 2 points. So I can draw 2 tangents from, if a point is in region 1, I can draw 2 tangents to the hyperbola which intersects the hyperbola, which intersects different branches of the hyperbola and whose points of contact lie on the same side of transverse axis. At a point ikkada unte transverse axis paina untundi points of contact. If point is here, again you see They are lying on the same side of transverse axis. This is region 1. This is region 1. Okay, please write on that. Writing work, please make it fast. Now let's talk about region 2. Let's talk about region 2. If I talk about if point is in region 2, point is in region 2, let's see what happens. Same side. Same side and the point of contact of this tangent. A tangent hyperbola ni, whatever the points of contact are present, that points of contact are present on the same side of transverse axis. This is point of contact, point of contact. These 2 points of contact are always present on the same side of the transverse axis. If I draw 2 tangents, is it clear? Okay. Next, if point is in region 2, if point is in region 2, let's say hyperbola, transverse axis, asymptote, asymptote. Okay. This is region 2. This is region 2. If point is in region 2, if point is in region 2, you observe, you just think about this. With a cool mind, just think about it. If I draw one tangent which is touching here, which if I draw one tangent which is touching this curve, obviously what happens is that other curve cannot be a tangent to this curve. Other curve cannot be a tangent to this curve. ఇప్పుడు ఒక క్లియర్ గా ఒక పాయింట్ అర్థం చేసుకోండి. జస్ట్ థింక్ అబౌట్ ఎ పాయింట్. లెట్ మీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ దట్ క్లియర్లీ. There is a hyperbola. Let's say there is a hyperbola, and if I take tangents to that hyperbola, asymptotes to the hyperbola, and we are hypothetically stating that this asymptotes of the hyperbola, they meet the hyperbola at infinity. That is what I told you, the definition of layman definition. If I take some layman definition, basic definition of the hyperbola, or basic definition of the asymptote. Asymptote is a tangent to the curve at infinity that will be termed as an asymptote. Adi basic definition. But simple ga oka you take hyperbola teeskondi. I think you might have your pen in place. I think you might have in your pen in place. A hyperbola teeskondi. Just take hyperbola. Do what I say. You will understand it clearly. Just do what I say. Now let's say you draw this diagram and take your pen. This is the asymptote, which is tangent, which are meeting this curve at infinity. This is asymptote. This is asymptote. First draw like this, then take your pen. I'll show you what to do. Just take a pen. Now let's say, if point is present here, you take some point here. Ikkada oka point teeskondi. You take some point here. Just you will understand this clearly. I'm just going in a much conceptual way and which is easy to understand. Okay. You take a point here. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయండి అంటే just put a pen to this. You take your pen and just put it like this. Take a pen and just put it like this. Just put it like this, such that this pen acts as the tangent to that curve. Let's say if this pen acts as the tangent to the curve. Done? Just put your pen like this, such that this pen acts as the tangent to this hyperbola. Let's say. Now, what you do is that you mark, or else you take some tangent. You take some tangent. I'll just take a larger one into picture. Let's say, let me take. Observe. Let's say this is a large one which I'm taking. If this acts as the tangent to hyperbola, observe. If this acts as a tangent to hyperbola, if this point, if this is meeting this one, if this red marker, if this is meeting this hyperbola, obviously what happens is that this blue marker moves away from this asymptote like this. Asymptote anedi, it's a limiting position. Asymptote is like a limiting position. Now can you see, will this marker which is above, will this one which is above, will it intersect or will it meet the hyperbola? Answer cheppalna.
No, sir.
Will it meet the hyperbola? There's no point of this one meeting this hyperbola. Okay? So if this is intersecting, obviously if this is intersecting here, there is no point of that, whatever is on the top, there is no point of meeting this one. It means that if I draw a tangent from this point to the branch of a hyperbola, if I draw a tangent from this point to the branch of the hyperbola, that cannot meet the other branch. That tangent cannot meet the other branch. That is what I mean to say here. What I meant to say is this one. So simply, if I draw a tangent like this, it looks something like this. This is a tangent. Now this cannot meet this branch of the hyperbola because the distance keeps on increasing. You see, this distance keeps on increasing as this moves away from it, and asymptote itself is the limiting position. Asymptote itself is meeting the curve at infinity. It means that there is no scope of this one, this dotted line meeting this curve again. So I cannot draw two tangents. If the point is here, I cannot draw two tangents to different branches of the hyperbola. I cannot draw two tangents to different branches of hyperbola. Again, I'll do something like this. You observe from this point, but there is a possibility of drawing one more tangent like this. But there is a possibility of drawing one more tangent like this. Is that point clear? There's a possibility of drawing one more tangent from this one to the same branch. To the same branch, I can draw one more tangent from this point. Right? Or else, if I take a point here, if it meets here,
Sir? Sir?
Chabra.
అక్కడ పాయింట్ నుంచి డౌన్ సైడ్ కి ఇంకో టాంజెంట్ గీయచ్చు కదా సార్?
ఏ డౌన్ సైడ్ కి రా? ఇక్కడ నుండా?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఎస్ సార్. ఇంకో బ్రాంచ్ కి డౌన్ సైడ్ గా గీయచ్చు కదా సార్?
ఇంకో బ్రాంచ్ కి
డౌన్ సైడ్ సార్, అంటే ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ యాక్సిస్ బిలో.
ఆ పాయింట్ నుండి ఇంకో బ్రాంచ్ కి టాంజెంట్ గీస్తా అంటావు?
ఎస్ సార్.
ట్రై చేసి చూడు. అంటే నువ్వు ఈ డయాగ్రామేటికల్ గా క్లియర్ గా లేకపోవచ్చు, కానీ ఆ టాంజెంట్ అనేది టచ్ అవ్వదు. అరే సింపుల్ గా చూడరా, సింపుల్ గా చూడు రాజ్యవర్ధన్. జస్ట్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ బ్రాంచ్ నుండి ఈ అసిమ్టోట్, యు సీ దిస్ అసిమ్టోట్, ఈ అసిమ్టోటే దిస్ అసిమ్టోట్ ఈస్ మీటింగ్ దిస్ కర్వ్ ఎట్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ. ఈ అసిమ్టోటే ఈ కర్వ్ ని ఇన్ఫినిటీ దగ్గర టచ్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇలా గీసాను అనుకో నేను, ఇఫ్ ఐ డ్రా వన్ మోర్ లైన్,
ఇన్ఫినిటీకి వెళ్ళిపోతా సార్.
అంటే టాంజెంట్ అంటే ప్యారలల్ టు అసిమ్టోట్ చూ, కానీ టచ్ అయ్యే స్కోప్ లేదు ఇక్కడ. ఇస్ మై పాయింట్ క్లియర్?
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, సో what is the conclusion which you write here? If the point is in region 2, the conclusion is that I'll write here. If point is in region 2, is raskunnara? Is this done? Everybody, is this done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If point is in region 2, so what is the comment which we write? If point is in region 2, then two tangents can be drawn to same branch. Two tangents can be drawn to the same branch of the hyperbola whose points of contact lie on the opposite side, on the opposite sides of the transverse axis. Ikkada point of contact, ikkada point of contact, whose point of contact lie on the opposite side of the transverse axis, whose point of contact lie on the opposite side of transverse axis. This is the comment when the point is in region 2. I hope you have understood. Any doubts here? And doubts, Anaya? If point is in region 2, then two tangents can be drawn to the same branch of the hyperbola whose point of contact lie on the opposite side of the transverse axis. I hope that is clear. Now region 3, that's your question. చెప్పండి, region 3 లో ఏమవుతుంది? What about region 3?
No tangent is drawn.
కరెక్ట్ గా చూడు. తరుణ్, గుడ్. కరెక్ట్ గా చూడండి. వినాయక్, ఎన్ని టాంజెంట్స్ ఇలా గీస్తారు? కరెక్ట్ గా చూడండి, ఎన్ని టాంజెంట్స్? 1 2. ఒకసారి ఎన్లార్జ్ చేసి కొంచెం డయాగ్రామ్ ఎన్లార్జ్ చేసి గీయండి, అప్పుడు మీకు క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ కాంప్రెస్ గా ఉంటే ఎన్లార్జ్ చేసి డయాగ్రామ్ గీయండి. పాయింట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ రీజన్ 2. సో వాట్ ఇస్ ద కండిషన్? పాయింట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ రీజన్ 2. పాయింట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ రీజన్ 3. ఏం చేయొచ్చు? లెట్స్ సీ యువర్ ఇన్నోవేటివ్నెస్. I'll draw it here. Let's see. Point is in region 3, right? So let me draw in a more complicated manner. Let's say this is the hyperbola, vertex, asymptote, adjust with the diagram. I treat this as asymptote. Okay. So if point is in region 3, let's say point is in region 3. Okay, chalo. Okay, so let's say point is here. Point is here. Tell me how many tangents? Any tangents give you? How many tangents can I draw? If point is in region 3, that's a condition. So you see, one tangent is like this. Oh, pen తీసుకోండి, మళ్ళీ మీరు పెన్ తీసుకోండి better గా. You take 2 pens. Okay, let me take them. Okay, so one tangent is something like this. ఇలా ఒక tangent గీయొచ్చా? Can I draw something like this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Can I draw something like this? A tangent. And one more tangent you see. Can I draw like this? Is this possible? కరెక్ట్ గా ఆలోచించండి, మీరు పెన్ తీసుకొని ట్రై చేయండి.
సార్ అది రాదేమో కదా సార్. అంటే
one tangent is like this. One tangent basically ఇలా ఉంది రా curve. I'm showing it here. Observe. This is tangent at infinity. This is tangent at infinity, which is asymptote. If I take a point here, ఇలా ఒక tangent గీయొచ్చు. One more tangent can be here. I can draw a tangent to this way. I can draw a tangent one more way, something like this. Okay, write on the condition. If point is in region 3, if point is in region 3, if point is in region 3, then two tangents can be drawn. Then two tangents can be drawn to the same branch of the hyperbola, whose points of contact lie on the same side of transverse axis. If point is in region 3, then two tangents can be drawn to the same branch of the hyperbola, whose point of contact lie on the same side of the transverse axis. Rendu same side ila meet avutayi. This is the idea. This is the condition. Okay, now talk about region 4. Region 4 guరించి మాట్లాడండి. You have to tell me about region 4 now. Region 4. Two tangents ఎలా లహరి ఎలా ఉంటాయి tangents? నేచర్ ఆఫ్ tangents చెప్పండి. రీజన్ 4 లో ఉంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది? If point is here, let's say point is here. ఇప్పుడు tangent condition చెప్పండి. Think and tell me.
సార్
చెప్పండి.
ఇప్పుడు ఆ పాయింట్ నుంచి ఆపోజిట్ బ్రాంచ్ కి ఒక టాంజెంట్ గీయచ్చు కదా సార్?
ఆపోజిట్ అంటే ఇక్కడ
ఎస్ సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే రైట్. దెన్ తర్వాత ఓకే వెరీ గుడ్ రైట్, దిస్ ఇస్ యాక్సెప్టబుల్. తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకో టాంజెంట్
సార్ ఇంకొకటి ఆ బ్రాంచ్ కే టాంజెంట్ అట్ వర్టెక్స్ లాగా గీయచ్చు కదా సార్?
ఇలా అంటాం అంతేనా?
ఎస్ సార్. అది కొంచెం డౌటే సార్ సెకండ్.
పెన్ తీసుకొని ట్రై చేయండి, కొంచెం ఎన్లార్జ్ చేసి గీయండి. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఏ గుడ్ ఆర్టిస్ట్, అడ్జస్ట్ విత్ మై డయాగ్రామ్స్. One more tangent can be drawn something like this. Is it possible? So obviously if point is here, you see one point of contact is here, one more point of contact is here, right? If point is in region 4, then two tangents can be drawn to the different branches of hyperbola whose point of contact lie on the opposite side of transverse axis. Is the condition. Whose point of contact lie on the opposite side of transverse axis. It's a very good concept actually. Whose point of contact lie on the opposite side of transverse axis. So if I make it in short summary, if I make in short summary, one more point which I can write here, one more statement which I can give is that the tangents drawn from point in R1 or R4, the points drawn from the tangents drawn from point in R1 or R4 touches both branches of hyperbola. The tangents drawn from point in R2 or R3 exist for same branch of hyperbola. అంటే R1 R4 తీసుకుంటే ఆపోజిట్ బ్రాంచ్ కి టాంజెంట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది, డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ది స్లోప్. అండ్ ఆ కండిషన్ ఆల్రెడీ నేర్చుకున్నాం. మనం టూ టాంజెంట్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే బేసిక్ కండిషన్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద బేసిక్ కండిషన్ విచ్ వీ హావ్ సీన్, అండ్ ఫర్ టూ టాంజెంట్స్ టు ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఒక కండిషన్ చెప్పాను. If I take general equation of tangent y is equal to mx plus or minus a square m square minus b square, this is the general equation of the tangent to the hyperbola. Y is equal to mx plus or minus under root of a square m square minus b square, this is the general equation of the tangent to the hyperbola. So I told you, if this has to exist in real ga exist avvali ante, if this tangent has to exist in real, so this condition must be greater than 0, that is a square m square minus b square, this has to be greater than 0 for existence of two real tangents. Rendu real tangents exist avvadaniki this must be the condition. So based on that slope conditions which you will be getting from there, and you can conclude from there, and this is the if point is present somewhere, so this is the nature of the tangents which you can draw to the corresponding hyperbola which is given. So this is the
సార్ అక్కడ ఒకవేళ ఏ స్క్వేర్ ఎం స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ బి స్క్వేర్ లెస్ దాన్ 0 వస్తే అప్పుడు ఎలా సార్?
ఏ స్క్వేర్ ఎం స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ బి స్క్వేర్ అంటే లెస్ దాన్ 0 అయిపోయినప్పుడు ఏ స్క్వేర్ ఎం స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ బి స్క్వేర్ లెస్ దాన్ 0 అంటే నీ కండిషన్ ఏమంటున్నావు సార్? లైన్ ఈజ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏ స్క్వేర్ ఎం స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ బి స్క్వేర్ లెస్ దాన్ 0 అంటే ఏంటి? స్లోప్ ఆఫ్ ది టాంజెంట్ ఈజ్ లెస్ దాన్ ది స్లోప్ ఆఫ్ అసిమ్టోట్ అన్నట్టే కదా. అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యువర్ కండిషన్ ఈజ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ దిస్. వెరీ గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్. ఓకే, అంటే something like m is less than b by a. I'll take one condition, something like m is less than b by a. M less than b by a ante slope of the tangent is, slope of the asymptote is b by a. Yes or no? స్లోప్ ఆఫ్ ది అసిమ్టోట్ b by a. సో m is less than b by అంటే దాని కండిషన్ ఏంటంటే స్లోప్ ఆఫ్ ది టాంజెంట్ is less than the slope of the asymptote. ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం, నీ కండిషన్ చూద్దాం రా. R1 లో పాయింట్ తీసుకుంటాను నేను, R1 లో పాయింట్ తీసుకుంటాను. నువ్వు అడిగిన కండిషన్ ఏంటంటే m is less than b by a అయితే ఏమవుతుంది? లెట్స్ సీ. గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్. అసిమ్టోట్. సో m is less than b by అంటే if I take some point here and ఇప్పుడు ఇది parallel line రా. If I draw some parallel line like this, ఒక parallel line గీస్తున్నాను అనుకోండి, for this line the slope will be equal to b by a. For this line parallel to this asymptote the slope will be equal to b by a. If m is less than b by a, you observe here, ఇంకొంచెం తక్కువ తీసుకుంటాను నేను. This is when m is less than, for this one the m value is less than b by a, which is less than the slope of this asymptote. ఇలా ఉంది అనుకుందాం రఫ్ గా ఒక లైన్, parallel కాదు, parallel to x axis కాదు. I'll take something like this, let's say ఇలా ఉంది అనుకుందాం, which is less than the slope of the asymptote. ఇప్పుడు ఆ లైన్ అసిమ్టోట్ కి టాంజెంట్ గా బిహేవ్, ఇప్పుడు ఆ లైన్ హైపర్బోలాకి టాంజెంట్ గా బిహేవ్ చేస్తుందా? ఫ్రమ్ ద డయాగ్రామ్ ఈ లైన్ ఈ హైపర్బోలాకి టాంజెంట్ గా బిహేవ్ చేస్తుందా?
సార్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అయింది కదా సార్, అప్పుడు టాంజెంట్ ఎలా అవుతుంది సార్?
టాంజెంట్ అవ్వదు కదా, నువ్వు తీసుకుంది టాంజెంట్ కండిషన్ అండ్ టాంజెంట్ కండిషన్ నుండి ప్రూవ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేసావు. ఇప్పుడు చూడు, నేను అన్న కేసు చూడు, you'll understand that clearly. Now you see the reason why I'm writing here, if this is greater than 0, what happens you see, అంటే నీకు వచ్చేది ఏంటంటే m greater than b by a వస్తుందిరా బేసికలీ. If this is greater than 0, m అనేది greater than b by a వస్తుంది. So what happens if m is greater than b by a? Let's observe. ఇది అసిమ్టోట్ రా. If point is in region 1, let's say something like this, ఇక్కడ ఉంది region 1, right? m greater than b by a and m less than minus b by a వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ కండిషన్స్. m greater than b by a and m less than minus b by a వస్తుంది, a square m square minus b square. For this line, can I say the slope of this line is behaving as a tangent to this hyperbola. Now can I say the slope of this line is greater than the slope of this asymptote? చెప్పొచ్చా? Slope of this line is greater than the slope of asymptote అని చెప్పొచ్చా? అరే ఆన్సర్ చేయండి. Tan theta, is it greater or is it lesser? That is what you need to answer here. So slope of the tangent is greater than the slope of asymptote. ఇప్పుడు ఇంకో కేసు తీసుకుంటారా, అండ్ రీజన్ 1 లో ఉంటే two opposite branches ki giyochu, two different branches giyochu, and point of contact must lie on the same side of hyperbola. And here m value is less than minus b by a. For this m is less than minus b by a, and for this tangent m is greater than b by a. So there is a possibility, if this is satisfied, if this condition is satisfied, there is a possibility of existence of two tangents here. అంటే ఒకటి ఒక ఇప్పుడు ఈ అసిమ్టోట్, ఈ టాంజెంట్ ని ఈ అసిమ్టోట్ తో కంపేర్ చేయండి, ఈ టాంజెంట్ ని ఈ అసిమ్టోట్ తో కంపేర్ చేయండి. యు హావ్ టు కంపేర్, రెండు ఒకే అసిమ్టోట్ తో కంపేర్ చేయొద్దు. ఒక టాంజెంట్ ఒక అసిమ్టోట్ తో కంపేర్ చేయండి, ఇంకో టాంజెంట్ ఇంకో అసిమ్టోట్ తో కంపేర్ చేయండి. And for this line I'll write m is greater than b by a. So ఈ రెండు సాటిస్ఫై అయిపోయింది. Then there is a possibility of existing of two real tangents for that. Rajavardhan, is your doubt clear?
Yes sir.
That వచ్చిందా?
Yes sir.
Very good question, bro. Okay, so this is the way in which you draw the tangents. I hope you got a clarity on this. Chalo, let's move back to next. Okay, inko concept undi, chinna concept. Let's see that concept of rectangular hyperbola, and then we'll see the problems. Okay, so this is how you draw the tangents for that. Rendu tangents ni oke asymptote to compare cheyaddu, adi tappu. Oka tangent oka asymptote to compare cheyandi, inko tangent inko asymptote to compare cheyandi. That is what you need to do for such things. Just a second. Okay. Rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola. Okay. So this is also called as equilateral hyperbola. Other name for this is equilateral hyperbola. You might have learned this. Boyle's law, PV is equal to constant at constant temperature. ఇవన్నీ నేర్చుకునే ఉంటారు. So all such way, wherever you see that inversely proportional sort of thing, మీకు ఎప్పుడు వచ్చినా కానీ that is a rectangular hyperbola. Let's derive it. Now let's take a general equation of hyperbola. Let's say x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. Let's say this is a general equation of the hyperbola. And ఇక్కడ major axis, minor axis, whether a greater than b or a less than b, I told you the diagram looks the same. A greater than b or a less than b, the diagram looks the same. And here what matters here is not a greater than b or a less than b. What matters here is not a greater than b or a less than b. What matters here is which is coming first. What matters here is which is coming first here. So if I want to draw a conjugate hyperbola, I have to make it as something like y square by b square minus x square by a square is minus 1. That is a conjugate hyperbola. Which is coming first, and which term is positive, that is what matters here. Okay. Now, eccentricity of such a thing, already we have learned eccentricity of such a thing. This is 1 plus b square by a square is the eccentricity of such a thing, which we have learned already. At the ellipse law plus b square place law minus b square substitute chesta, you are going to get a eccentricity in case of a hyperbola, something like this. As we have seen already, already we have seen about the asymptotes. And one basic thing what we have seen is this part. If I take this pair of asymptotes, let's say this is center. Now, if I take some pair of asymptotes, something like this, now tangent at vertex. So this length is a, and this length will be obviously be b. So if this is theta, angle between asymptotes will be 2 theta. This angle and this angle will be same because they are symmetrical. So it will be 2 theta. So this will be 2 tan inverse of b by a. Angle between the asymptotes is something like this is 2 theta, which is 2 tan inverse of b by a. Now, my condition is that what if a and b both are equal? But ellipse lo nenu cheppanu, ellipse lo we are using the terminology like minor axis and major axis. Minor axis and major axis laga, if I'm using the terminology, automatically we are fixing that one length is larger, other length is smaller. Ante kada. At terminology wise nenu em use chestunante minor axis, major axis and use chestunanu. Minor axis, major axis and use చేసినప్పుడు minor and one thing is major. అంటే ఒక లెంత్ లార్జర్ గా ఉంది, ఇంకో లెంత్ స్మాల్ ఉంది. One length is smaller and the other length is longer. That is what we are depicting by the terminology which we use in terms of ellipse. But hyperbola lo a greater than b or a less than b doesn't matter in hyperbola. అంటే transverse axis length తక్కువ ఉండొచ్చు, conjugate axis length ఎక్కువ ఉండొచ్చు. That doesn't matter here because conjugate axis here is a purely imaginary sort of thing. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, what if a is equal to b? Ilanti condition ellipse lo possible avadu because major axis, minor axis length same అయిపోతే circle అవుతుంది. Ellipse avadu kada. Major axis, minor axis length same అయిపోతే that diagram becomes a regular diagram and it becomes a circle. It doesn't become an ellipse. That possibility is not there in the ellipse, but here we have such a possibility. What if a is equal to b? Now, if a is equal to b, the equation transforms as something like x square minus y square is equal to a square. A equal to b rastunanu, and that equation transfers as something like x square minus y square is equal to a square. And what will be eccentricity in such a case? Eccentricity will be 1 plus this is a square, which will be root 2. Eccentricity will be 1 plus a square by a square, which is something like root 2. Okay. Now, what will be angle between the asymptotes? What will be the angle between the asymptotes? So, angle between asymptotes in this case, angle between asymptotes here It will be 2 tan inverse of 1, which is 90 degrees. It means that asymptotes are at right angles. Alright, so asymptotes are at right angles. Asymptotes are perpendicular to perpendicular to each other, and this is the only case in which asymptotes will be perpendicular to each other. Rectangular hyperbola is the only case in which asymptotes are perpendicular to each other. So I'll write this is only case. If asymptotes are perpendicular to each other, straightforward you can call it as a rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola is the only case in which asymptotes are perpendicular to each other. This will be possible here itself. Where a hyperbola lo asymptotes perpendicular ravu eppatiki. Asymptotes can never be perpendicular. And rectangular hyperbola is the only case where asymptotes will be perpendicular to each other. Okay, so if I talk about in terms of asymptotes, this is something like this. Asymptotes are at right angles, and eccentricity here will be √2, and equation looks something like this. Equation looks something like this. Okay, it looks something like this, but we can modify this. We can modify this as per our requirements. We can modify this as per our requirements. First write down up to this, then we'll proceed. Please write down. Make it fast. I put the chapandi. We'll move forward. Please write down up to here. Equilateral meaning entante equal sort of thing. What are equal? The conjugate axis length and major axis and transverse axis length both are equal in this case. That is what that is how you got such name called as equilateral hyperbola. Transverse axis, conjugate axis lengths are equal. Equality మీద equilateral hyperbola అంటారు దాన్ని. Okay. Very interesting topic actually. This is rectangular hyperbola is an interesting sort of thing. This is a very small topic, but damn sure you're going to get a question from this. నేను చెప్పిన notes ని correct గా follow అవుతే there's no point of missing a single question from this conics. ఈ conics మొత్తము notes correct గా follow. If you can digest all the things which I told you in the notes, there's no scope of missing even a single question in JEE advanced examination. No scope of missing any questions. Correct గా follow అవ్వండి, but digest చేసుకోండి. Chalo. I hope that is clear. Now let's modify this as per our requirement. Let's modify this as per our requirements. Now let's say, just give me 1 minute time. Okay, I hope that is clear. So generally what happens is something like this. I'll draw the axis. This is the hyperbola which you have. So this is a rectangular hyperbola. The basic equation, basic form, we have seen x square minus y square equal to a square, and eccentricity is √2 in this case. That is a rectangular hyperbola. Now let's see what happens. Let's say these are your axis, something like this. Ila unnai anukuddam axis. These are your axis, buddies. Observe. Let's say these are your axis. Ippudu em chesta ante, let's see what happens is that I'll rotate this axis. I'll rotate this axis something like this. I'll rotate this axis something like this. I'll rotate this axis something like this. Ila rotate chestanu axis. Follow me. Axis original ఇలా ఉన్నాయి రా. Axis original ఇలా ఉన్నాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తానంటే axis ని ఇలా rotate చేస్తాను నేను. I rotate the axis something like this. Am I rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise? ఎలా rotate చేస్తాను? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise, sir.
Clockwise. So theta ని 45 తీసుకోవాలా -45 తీసుకోవాలా?
-45.
+45 or -45?
-45.
So already I told you right hand thumb rule of vectors. Stretch your right hand, curl your fingers in the anti-clockwise direction, thumb is placed in the upward direction, theta will be positive. Stretch it and curl it in the clockwise direction, thumb is placed in the downward direction, that will be clockwise. So you have to take a negative angle. That is how you differentiate between the positive angle and negative angle. So first, the axes are like this. With respect to this hyperbola, axes are like this. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తానంటే axis ని rotate చేస్తాను ఇలా. I'll rotate the axis through 45 degrees, something like this. ఇలా రొటేట్ చేస్తాను యాక్సిస్ ని క్లాక్ వైజ్ రొటేట్ చేస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు డయాగ్రామ్ ఎలా వస్తుంది రఫ్ గా? సో యాక్సిస్ ని రొటేట్ చేస్తే మీరు ఇలా చూస్తున్నారు, ఫస్ట్ ఇలా స్ట్రైట్ గా చూస్తున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయండి అంటే యాక్సిస్ ని యూ టిల్ట్ యువర్ హెడ్ 45 degrees, ఇలా 45 degrees చేసి చూడండి ఆ డయాగ్రామ్ ని ఎలా కనిపిస్తుందో. యు ఆర్ సీయింగ్ దట్ లైక్ దిస్. టిల్ట్ యువర్ హెడ్ ఇన్ ద 45 degrees డైరెక్షన్ అండ్ సీ దట్. అప్పుడు డయాగ్రామ్ ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది అంటే మీకు ఇలా కనిపిస్తుందిరా. yes or no? Diagram appears something like this. See this? Tilt చేసి చూడండి, ఇలా ఉంది. ఇలా రొటేట్ చేశాను నేను. ఈ రెండింటి మధ్యలో ఇది ఉంటుంది. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఆపోజిట్ లో ఉంది చూడండి. హెడ్ అండ్ టిల్ట్ చేసి చూడండి మీరు. I hope my point is clear. Okay, so it means that in this one I have to rotate the axis through an angle of 45 degrees. I have to rotate this axis.
సార్ అంటే అప్పుడు అసిమ్టోట్స్ అనేవి యాక్సిస్ అవుతాయి అంతే కదా సార్?
అసిమ్టోట్స్ యాక్సిస్ అవ్వవురా. జస్ట్ వెయిట్.
అంటే అక్కడ డయాగ్రామ్ అలానే ఉంది కదా సార్?
అంటే అసిమ్టోట్స్ అంటే కదా నీ ఈక్వేషన్ తో నీకు క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది. ఐ విల్ నాట్ రైట్ దిస్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం.
సార్
సార్ ఇవి యాక్సెస్ చేంజ్ చేసినప్పుడు దాని అకార్డింగ్ గా కర్వ్ కూడా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది కదా సార్, అంటే దాని ప్రకారం?
అందుకే రా చెప్తున్నా ఫస్ట్, అందుకే నేను ఈక్వేషన్ తీసుకున్న తర్వాత యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎన్ ఐడియా అబౌట్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సో రొటేషన్ ఆఫ్ యాక్సిస్ ఫార్ములా గుర్తుందా? ఐ హోప్ నో, గుర్తులేదు అనుకుంటున్నా.
స్మాల్ ఎక్స్ స్మాల్ వై కాస్ థీటా సైన్ థీటా.
అరే గుర్తుందా? ఎంతమంది గుర్తుంది? లెట్ మీ నో. You remember that? పర్లేదు, గుర్తుంది కొంతమందికి అయితే. లెట్స్ సీ. మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఫామ్ లో చూసుకుంటే so I'll write it as x is equal to x cos theta, capital X is equal to x cos theta plus y sin theta. ఒకవేళ ఈ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ కావాలి అనుకో, దిస్ ఇస్ న్యూ, దిస్ ఇస్ ఓల్డ్. ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ దిస్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్, ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఈ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఇన్వర్స్ తీసుకొని ఇక్కడ మల్టిప్లై చేస్తాం. మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఇన్వర్స్ తెలుసు కదా మీకు. ఈ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఇన్వర్స్ తీసుకొని ఇక్కడ మల్టిప్లై చేస్తాం, మీకు ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఐ కెన్ రైట్ దిస్. సో యూ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ x is equal to capital X cos theta minus capital Y sin theta, ఇలా వస్తుంది. And this is something like x sin theta plus y cos theta. You're going to get something like this. Okay, so and theta in this case it is gonna be minus 45 degrees. Theta will be minus 45 degrees because clockwise rotation. I'm rotating the axis through 45 degrees in the clockwise direction. I'm rotating the axis through clockwise direction in the 45 degrees. 45 degrees rotate chestunanu. So it means that in place of x you substitute it as x plus y by root 2. In place of y you substitute it as x minus y by root 2. In place of x you substitute x plus y by root 2, and in place of y you substitute x minus y by root 2. Let us substitute these equations in the original form. We got the equation of the rectangular hyperbola, which is something like this. So I have to substitute these equations in the original form here. What happens? So this is x plus y by root 2 whole square minus x minus y by root 2 whole square. This is equal to a square. So all you will be getting it as this is xy is equal to a square by 2. If you simplify just you are going to get it as xy is equal to a square by 2. If you simplify just you are going to get xy is equal to a square by 2. And this a square by 2 I'll make it as c square. Then is c square anukuntam. So the general equation of the rectangular hyperbola, it looks something like this. Now this is with respect to new coordinate system you are getting this axis. This is with respect to the new coordinate system. New coordinate system lo తీసుకుంటే ఇలా వస్తుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు న్యూ కోఆర్డినేట్ సిస్టమ్ ని మీరు ఇందాక అన్నారు కదా సార్ రొటేషన్ ఎందుకు చేసావు రాజవర్ధన్, నీ డౌట్ అయితే ఇలా ఉంది యాక్సెస్. ఇప్పుడు న్యూ కోఆర్డినేట్ సిస్టమ్ లో యాక్సెస్ ఇవి అవుతాయి. ఇది న్యూ కోఆర్డినేట్ సిస్టమ్, దిస్ విల్ బి యువర్ యాక్సెస్. ఇవి రెండు నీ యాక్సెస్ అవుతాయి, ఇది కర్వ్ అవుతుంది. ఇవి యాక్సెస్ అవుతుంది, ఇది కర్వ్ అవుతుందిరా ఇన్ ద న్యూ కోఆర్డినేట్ సిస్టమ్. సో this becomes something like this. The diagram transforms something like this. Diagram transforms something like this. And this is something like, ipudu the old axis laga pilchina kuda, this diagram will be something like xy is equal to c square, and these are your asymptotes. X-axis and y-axis behaves as your asymptotes. Already మనం నేర్చుకున్నాం asymptote equation hyperbola equation only constant terms difference వస్తాయి అని చెప్పాం. So asymptote combined equation చెప్పండి రా ఇప్పుడు. What is the combined equation of the asymptotes in this case?
xy equal to
Equation of asymptotes in this case.
xy equal to 0.
xy is equal to 0. Hyperbola equation ఏమొచ్చేసింది? xy is equal to c square is the equation of the hyperbola, and combined equation of asymptotes is xy is equal to 0. So you see, asymptotes and hyperbola are differing only in the constant term. Mali asymptotes ki hyperbola ki difference ekkada ostundante, only that is the difference is in case of the constant term. Remaining everything is done. That's the thing. That is valid, equally valid here. So this is the new hyperbola. xy is equal to c square is your new hyperbola. Please write down that. Make it fast. Like next we'll continue with that.
Sir.
So the general equation will be xy is equal to c square. That's the equation of the rectangular hyperbola. Okay. So our equation of rectangular hyperbola, what we got is xy is equal to c square, or xy is equal to a square by 2, and this a square by 2 ni manam c square anukunnamu. The curve looks something like this. Curve looks something like this. Now let's try writing all the parameters here. దీనికి parameters రాద్దాం, అంటే focus ఏంటి ఏమవుతుంది, and JEE 2020 how to get all such things. Original hyperbola గుర్తుంటే the parameters రాయడం చాలా ఈజీ అవుతుంది. I'll tell you all such easy method. Listen now. First, let's write here. So xy is equal to c square. So x-axis, first point, I'll write x-axis comma y-axis behaves as asymptotes. Second, this is only hyperbola. This is the only hyperbola in which asymptotes are perpendicular to each other. X-axis, y-axis behaves as asymptotes, and this is the only hyperbola in which the asymptotes are perpendicular to each other. Point number 2. Point number 3. Combined equation of asymptotes. Already you see combined equation of asymptotes is xy is equal to 0 is the combined equation of the asymptotes. Xy is equal to 0 is the combined equation of the asymptotes. 4. Eccentricity is √2. Already నేర్చుకున్నాం కదా, a is equal to b తో rectangular hyperbola వచ్చింది. So eccentricity we have already found out that is √2. Eccentricity is √2. Okay, next let's get all the distances. ఇప్పుడు రెగ్యులర్ హైపర్బోలా తో కంపేర్ చేస్తాను నేను. Listen carefully, just listen carefully. Compare with xy is equal to a square తో కంపేర్ చేద్దాం. a is equal to b వచ్చిందిరా. a is equal to b. ఫోకై ఏంటి జనరల్ హైపర్బోలాకి? వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఫోకై ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ జనరల్ హైపర్బోలా? ఫాస్ట్ గా చెప్పండి రా. No time. We should not be waiting.
Plus or minus a, 0. Plus or minus a, 0.
Plus or minus a, 0 are the foci of the general hyperbola. But here already the eccentricity is √2. So if I take this hyperbola, x square minus y square is equal to a square. So eccentricity is root 2 in this case. So foci will be plus or minus AE. So this is minus A root 2 comma 0. And this is A root 2 comma 0. E point A root 2 comma 0. A point minus A root 2 comma 0. These are the foci. Now what will be the vertices? Vertices same hotai. Fast.
Plus or minus A comma 0.
This is minus A comma 0. And this is A comma 0. And center is 0 comma 0 is the center. Directrix, one directrix is this. Other directrix is this. Okay, directrix emo idi, inko directrix is this. Okay. And now, what is the equation of this directrix? So x is equal to a by e kabatti x is equal to a by root 2. X is equal to minus a by root 2 is the directrix. Okay. This is with respect to x square minus y square is equal to a square. X square minus y square is equal to a square తీసుకుంటే equations అలా ఉంటాయి. And minor axis మీకు తెలుసు కదా. So this is 0 comma a and imaginary sorry, not here. If I take a conjugate axis, ends of conjugate axis will be 0 comma minus a and 0 comma a will be the ends of conjugate axis. I'll take this one in answering this. Ready? Chalo. Now let's see. This is vertex. This is vertex. మీరు కరెక్ట్గా చూసుకోండి. Vertex ఇలా ఉంటుంది. And this is your transverse axis. Transverse axis ఎలా ఉందంటే transverse axis ఇలా ఉందిరా చూసుకోండి. ఇది transverse axis and this is your conjugate axis. ఇది conjugate axis. This is your transverse axis, this is your conjugate axis. అంటే హెడ్ ని ఇలా టిల్ట్ చేసి చూడండి మీరు. క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది. ఓకే? సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఇది 90 అయినప్పుడు ఈ యాంగిల్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. కాంజుగేట్ యాక్సిస్ కు అసిమ్టోట్, ఇది అసిమ్టోట్ అని తీసుకుంటే ఈ యాంగిల్ అండ్ ఇంకో అసిమ్టోట్ మధ్యలో ఉన్న యాంగిల్ ఈ రెండు సేమ్ ఉంటాయి ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా. సో వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ యాంగిల్? దిస్ యాంగిల్ విల్ బి నౌ 45 degrees. ఈ యాంగిల్ 45 degrees ఉంటుంది. నౌ యూ టెల్ మీ వాట్ ఈస్ ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ యాక్సిస్ ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్? చెప్పండి రా ఫాస్ట్ గా. ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ యాక్సిస్
X equal to y.
The transverse axis in this case. Very good. Right. So transverse axis will be y is equal to x in this case. And what is conjugate axis here for this hyperbola? Fast. Idega conjugate axis is 45 in 90 plus 45 135. So this is a straight line which is passing through the origin and which has a slope of -1. Right. So this is x plus y is equal to 0. This is conjugate axis. Transverse axis is y is equal to x and conjugate axis is x plus y is equal to 0. Okay. Third, center. Center is a point where asymptotes meet each other. So center will be 0 comma 0. This is center. అది కామన్ గానే కదా. Center is the point where asymptotes are meeting each other. So asymptote meet ఏంటంటే that is 0 comma 0 obviously. Right. Now asymptotes will be xy is equal to 0. This is the combined equation of the asymptote. I'm writing all the parameters. Parameters రాస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు vertex చూద్దాం రా. Vertices. I'll talk about vertices. చెప్పండి రా ఏమవుతాయి చెప్పండి. కరెక్ట్ గా చూడండి. ఇది 45 మీకు తెలిసిపోయింది. This angle is 45. This angle is 45 degrees. Now listen clearly. చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి. I'll talk about this now. అన్నారు. అరే కాసి అవసరం లేనప్పుడు మైక్రోఫోన్ ఆఫ్ చేసేసుకో. Wherever it is not required, please mute your microphones. Now, first answer my question. మీకు ఏరియాస్ లో ఒక టాపిక్ చెప్పాను, ఒక చిన్న ఈజీ ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పాను. ఇఫ్ యూ రిమెంబర్, ట్రై రీకాలింగ్ ఇట్. ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ ఈవెన్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ లెంత్, ఒక లెంత్ ఉంది. ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ రొటేటింగ్ ఇట్ ఆర్ ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ ట్రాన్స్లేటింగ్ ఇట్, రొటేట్ చేసినా ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేసినా దెర్ ఇస్ అ లెంత్. ఐఎమ్ రొటేటింగ్ ఇట్ ఆర్ ఐఎమ్ ట్రాన్స్లేటింగ్ ఇట్, will this length change? Length change అవుతుందా?
Doesn't change, sir.
Length doesn't change. ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ మీకు ఒక ప్రీవియస్ ఐఐటి క్వశ్చన్ తీసుకొని ఏరియాస్ అనే దాంట్లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను. రొటేషన్ తో ఏరియా కనుక్కోవడం. ఓకే. నౌ ఇప్పుడు కరెక్ట్ గా చెప్పండి రా, ఈ సెంటర్ నుండి అలాంగ్ ది ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ యాక్సిస్ ఫ్రమ్ ది సెంటర్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ వర్టెక్స్?
A, sir.
Distance of vertex is a. Distance of vertex is a. Now అంటే ఇప్పుడు కరెక్ట్ గా చెప్పాలి అంటే దిస్ విల్ బి ఈక్వల్ టు ఏ. అంతేనా? కెన్ ఐ సే లైక్ దట్? అక్కడ నుండి కరెక్ట్గా చూసుకోండి రా. ఆ ఫిగర్ కి ఇది రొటేటెడ్ డయాగ్రామ్. ఫర్ దాట్ వన్ దిస్ ఇస్ అ రొటేటెడ్ డయాగ్రామ్. సెంటర్ నుండి వర్టెక్స్ కి డిస్టెన్స్ ఏ, అండ్ ఇక్కడ కూడా సెంటర్ నుండి వర్టెక్స్ కి డిస్టెన్స్ ఏ ఉండాలి కదా. am I right? అంతే కదా. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఏ and this is 45. So obviously this is a right angle triangle. If I drop a perpendicular, so this has to be a by root 2 and this has to be a by root 2. A by root 2 whole square plus a by root 2 whole square must be equal to a square. ఇది 45 రా. r cos theta r sin theta కి వెక్టర్ రిజల్యూషన్ చేయండి. వెక్టర్ రిజల్యూషన్ వచ్చు కదా, r cos theta r sin theta. I'm doing the same thing. So r cos theta r sin theta తీసుకొని వెక్టర్ రిజల్యూషన్ చేస్తే, so this has to be a by root 2 and this has to be a by root 2. Now what does this vertex become? ఈ vertex కి ఇది ఆపోజిట్ గా ఉంటుంది. అంటే odd sort of diagram వచ్చింది. odd function లాగా వచ్చింది diagram. Diagram is like an odd function. సో ఇక్కడ ఏది వస్తుందో ఇక్కడ ఆపోజిట్ గా వస్తుంది. డోంట్ వరీ అబౌట్ దిస్ సైడ్. ఇక్కడ కరెక్ట్ గా అనుకుంటే ఇక్కడ రాయడం ఈజీగా అవుతుంది మీకు. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ an odd sort of function. So what is this vertex now? Vertex is something like a by root 2 comma a by root 2 is a vertex. But what is a by root 2? C square is nothing but you have taken c square is nothing but a square by 2. So c is nothing but a by root 2. So what is the vertex here? The vertex here will be c comma c will be the vertex here. The vertex is going to be c comma c. A by root 2, a by root 2 ostundra. So a by root 2 is nothing but c. So vertex will be c comma c. Now as this is c comma c, so this point becomes minus c comma minus c. సి కామా సి అవుతుంది కాబట్టి ఇదేమవుతుందంటే ఇది మైనస్ సి కామా మైనస్ సి అవుతుందిరా. ఓకే, ఐ హోప్ దట్ ఈస్ క్లియర్. ఇప్పుడు ఫోకస్ చెప్పండి, మీరు సిమిలర్ గా ఫోకస్ చెప్పండి. లెట్స్ సీ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ టెల్ మీ దట్ ఆర్ నాట్. సింపుల్ గా ఫోకస్ కి సెంటర్ నుండి ఒక డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత? వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫోకస్ ఫ్రమ్ ద సెంటర్?
ఏఈ సార్.
ఓకే,
ఏఈ
A complete sir, vertex. Chichi, focus.
AE is the value of the AE value ఏమవుతుంది అక్కడ? AE value is something like is a root 2. This length has to be a root 2 and do the vector resolution. Resolve the vector. This angle is 45. ఇది a root 2 కాబట్టి, so what does this becomes? This becomes a, this becomes a. So this point focus here, focus becomes a comma a. So this is identical to a is nothing but c root 2. So this is root 2c comma root 2c. This is the foci. And if this is root 2c comma root 2c, so this point becomes minus root 2c comma minus root 2c. So I'll write it here. Let me write it clearly here. So vertices will be, this is c comma c. And minus c comma minus c will be the vertices in this case. Now foci, let's talk about foci. So this is root 2c comma root 2c and minus root 2c comma minus root 2c. These will be the foci. Root 2c comma root 2c and minus root 2c comma minus root 2c will be the foci in that case. Now you tell me what will be the equation of directrices? And d1 d2 equations చెప్పండి రా ఇప్పుడు. One directrix will be like this. ఇలా ఉంటుందిగా directrix ఒకటి. I'll erase this. Let's say one directrix is like this, other directrix is like this. So obviously this is parallel to this asymptote. అంటే కాంజుగేట్ యాక్సిస్ కి, అంటే రఫ్ గా కాంజుగేట్ యాక్సిస్ కి ప్యారలల్ గా ఉంటాయి డైరెక్ట్రిసెస్. యూ కెన్ అబ్జర్వ్ కాంజుగేట్ యాక్సిస్ కి ప్యారలల్ గా ఉంటాయి డైరెక్ట్రిసెస్. సో కాంజుగేట్ యాక్సిస్ ఇస్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ x + y = 0. అండ్ సెంటర్ నుండి డైరెక్ట్రిక్స్ కి డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత? ఫాస్ట్ గా చెప్పండి
సార్. డైరెక్ట్రిక్స్ ఈక్వేషన్ x + y = c/√2.
వెరీ గుడ్ రా. సెంటర్ నుండి డైరెక్ట్రిక్స్ కి డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత? a by e. So what is eccentricity in this case? Eccentricity is root 2. సో అంటే సెంటర్ నుండి డైరెక్ట్రిక్స్ కి డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత అవ్వాలి అంటే a/√2 అవ్వాలిరా. అది a/√2 అవ్వాలి అంటే ఈ పాయింట్ తీసుకుందాం. లెట్స్ టేక్ దిస్ పాయింట్. ఈ పాయింట్ ఏమవుతుందో చూద్దాం. If this is a by root 2, obviously this has to be a by 2, this has to be a by 2. So this point becomes a by 2 comma a by 2. A by 2 value enta? A by 2 is nothing but, a by 2 value is nothing but c by root 2. So this point becomes foot of directrix becomes c by root 2 comma c by root 2 is the foot of directrix. C by root 2 is foot of directrix, and slope is -1. So if I find that equation, so directrix's values, one directrix will be x plus y is c by root 2 plus 3 by root 2. This is root 2c. Other directrix equation is x plus y is equal to minus root 2c. These are the equations of directrices. One directrix equation is x plus y is equal to root 2c. Other directrix equation is x plus y is equal to minus root 2c. This will be the equation of other directrix. Okay.
సార్ అక్కడ సి బై రూట్ 2 వస్తుంది అనుకుంటా సార్.
అరే పాయింట్ సి బై రూట్ 2 కామా సి బై రూట్ 2 పాయింట్.
ఎస్ సార్.
రెండింటిని యాడ్ చేస్తే రావాలి కదరా. ఎల్ఎల్ఆర్ చెప్పండి. లెంత్ ఆఫ్ లాటస్ రెక్టమ్. ఫస్ట్ length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is something like 2b square by a kada.
By a.
So this is 2 into b square is nothing but a square by a. This is 2a. 2a is nothing but a is nothing but c root 2. So this is 2 root 2 c will be the length of lattice rectum in this case. 2 root 2 c will be the length of lattice rectum in case of this rectangular hyperbola. I hope this is clear. Okay, next. And here ఇది xy is equal to c square ki parametric point ఏమవుతుందంటే for xy is equal to c square the parametric point will be ct comma c by t. జనరల్ గా మళ్ళీ పారాబోలా టైప్ లో తీసుకుంటాం రా. t అనే పారామీటర్ యూస్ చేస్తాం. అక్కడ θ యూస్ చేయం. For xy is equal to c square, again it will be, we are using some sort of parabola sort of substitutions. xy is equal to c square ki general parametric point here, very important, general parametric point is ct comma c by t. For xy is equal to c square, parametric point ఏమవుతుందంటే ct comma c by t will be the general parametric point for such a thing. ct comma c by t is the general parametric point there. Okay, I hope this is clear. రాసుకున్నారా? Done. అయిపోతే చెప్పండి ఫాస్ట్. We'll see other conditions also. Done? Okay. Okay. Next is equation of chord joining. Equation of chord joining T1 and T2. Equation of chord joining T1 and T2. So T1 in the sense, this is in terms of parameters. First point is if there is a rectangular hyperbola. Let's say this is a chord. This is T1. This is T2. So first point is AT1, BT2. So point A is CT1 comma C by T1. Point B CT2 comma C by T2. Just take general equation. So y minus C by T1 is equal to C by T2 minus C by T1 by CT2 minus CT1 into x minus CT1. So I think you're going to get the answer as x plus y t1 t2 is equal to c into t1 plus t2. The final answer what you're going to get is this part. X plus y t1 t2 is c into t1 plus t2. This is the general equation of the chord. Memorize this. Konni untai because this is an important segment, rectangular hyperbola. And ee hyperbola entire topic lo the most important segment ante nenu rectangular hyperbola ne antanu. It's a easy part, but అర్థం చేసుకోండి, క్లియర్ గా అర్థం చేసుకుంటే చాలా ఈజీ అండ్ వెరీ స్కోరింగ్. నెక్స్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ టాంజెంట్ at x1 y1. Point form of tangent. Equation of tangent తీసుకుందాం. First is point form. Point form, that is at, let's say, x1 y1. So already tangent equation, how do you write the tangent equation? Chapandra, tangent equation ఎలా రాస్తారు?
S1 is equals to 0.
S1 is equal to 0 is the equation of tangent. So hyperbola equation is xy is equal to c square. So for a mixed product term, S1 ఎలా రాస్తారో నేను చెప్పాను already. So I'll write something like this. This is 2xy, or else this I'll write it as half into xy plus xy. I'll write it as half into xy plus xy is equal to c square. I'll make it as half into xy plus xy is equal to c square. 4 endukura 2 సరిపోతుందిగా. So this is something like, and you have to replace one thing at a time. For writing S1 for a mixed product term, you have to replace one thing at a time. So this is xy1 plus x1y is equal to something like 2c square. Now you see, you observe this. This is one form of writing it. Then em rastadante xy1 by c square plus yx1 by c square is equal to 2. It's something like xy1 by c square plus yx1 by c square is equal to 2. This is the third thing. But x1 y1 satisfies this hyperbola. x1 y1 satisfies this hyperbola. So it means that x1 y1 value will be c square. And ikkada y1 by c square value is 1 by x1. And x1 by c square value is 1 by y1. So this equation becomes x by x1 plus y by y1 is equal to 2. Equation of tangent at x1 y1, memorize this. Equation of tangent at x1 y1 will be x by x1 plus y by y1 is equal to 2. This is the general equation of the tangent at x1 y1. Now in place of x1, and if in the parametric form, in the second point I write in parametric form at something like at t. So t ane place lo, so in place of so x1 y1, this point you have to take it as ct comma c by t ane form lo తీసుకోండి. Just substitute there, you're going to get the answer. x1 y1 badal ct comma c by t substitute cheyandi, you're going to get the answer. So this is x by ct plus y by c by t is equal to 2. So you're going to get it as this is x by t. Final answer will be x by t plus yt is equal to 2c. This is the equation of the tangent in the parametric form. Okay. Equation of chord having midpoint as x1 y1. Equation of chord having midpoint as x1 y1. Equation of the chord having the midpoint as x1 y1. ఏమవుతుందిరా equation of chord having midpoint? What's the equation of chord having some midpoint?
S1 is equals to S11.
S1 equal to S11. అంటే బేసికల్ ఒక హైపర్బోలా తీసుకుంటే if I take a chord, the midpoint is x1 y1, so this will be s1 equal to s11. Let's do that. So xy is equal to c square, so s1 will be half of xy1 plus x1y is equal to minus c square is equal to s11, x1 y1 minus c square. So this gets cancelled out. So again you will be getting it as x by x1 plus y by y1 is equal to 2. Again this one and this one equations both will be absolutely same. But ikkada x1 y1 వేరే, అక్కడ x1 y1 వేరే. There x1 y1 is a point on the hyperbola, but here x1 y1 is the midpoint. Okay. Now director circle equation. Director circle is perpendicular tangents, and ikkada perpendicular tangents point ane oka thing alochiste, perpendicular tangents possibility, asymptotes are perpendicular to each other. Asymptotes are perpendicular tangents laga behave chestunnai, but asymptote cannot be treated as a tangent, so there is no existence of perpendicular tangents here. Ikkada perpendicular tangents exist above in this case. So or else director circle equation of a ఈ హైపర్బోలాక్ డైరెక్టర్ సర్కిల్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఏమవుతుంది? ఫర్ దిస్ హైపర్బోలా వాట్ ఈస్ ది ఈక్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ డైరెక్టర్ సర్కిల్? అరే చెప్పండి రా.
డస్ నాట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ సార్.
Sir, point.
Center.
So for this hyperbola, it's x square plus y square equal to a square minus b square is for this hyperbola. But ఇక్కడ రెక్టాంగులర్ హైపర్బోలాలో a ఈక్వల్ టు b అవుతుంది కాబట్టి x square plus y square is equal to 0. x square plus y square is equal to 0. The point is 0, 0. But 0, 0 నుండి real tangents exist అవ్వవు. Asymptotes cannot be behaving as real tangent. So here director circle does not exist and director circle does not exist, hence there is no way of drawing perpendicular tangents to rectangular hyperbola. And note, asymptotes cannot be treated as real tangents. Asymptotes cannot be treated as real tangents. Okay, note that point clearly. And equation of auxiliary circle, if I write this is auxiliary circle, rectangular hyperbola, so obviously this is the auxiliary circle, and equation of aux circle is x square plus y square is equal to a square, but a square is equal to a is equal to c root 2.
2c square.
Is equal to 2c square. This is the equation of the auxiliary circle. And you have normal equation. Generally find normal equation. Meer raskodan try cheyandi. Just try writing that normal equation. So this is the concept which is left over here. And there will be few properties and problems. By tomorrow we can conclude this hyperbola. Tomorrow we can